Hey, the purpose of this video is to walk through what we're seeing as we're going and helping organizations with data-driven decisions. Most organizations, if you're a $100 million organization on your way to $1 billion, you may have already hit this threshold. You may have already experienced this. If you haven't yet, you will soon. And so here's what's happening, and this is just a mere example of an environment that might show you kind of what's going on in regards to the restriction around good data-driven decisions and information available to the leadership team's ability to make decisions in a fast manner. So I'm going to start with just this quick video just to depict some core business systems. Most organizations have 8 or 10 core business systems they work with. One of those core business systems may be an enterprise resource planning system, very common, a customer relationship management system. If you're into manufacturing and have a warehouse, you may have a warehouse management system. Most organizations are going to have some form of a human resource information system, and then you'll have these tools that you pull this data in, and then naturally you've got a web presence that people are coming to. So what ends up happening in an organization when without a centralized single point of truth like a data automation hub, which is what we'll talk about here, is these things are going on throughout the course of the week. Someone's saying, hey, I need some information into our WMS from our ERP, and so Jane over here works with John. Jane's the admin on the WMS platform. John's the admin on the ERP platform. They work to figure out the pieces of information they need. They may have 10, 12, 100 plus field mapping sources that they need to make sure show up in the same places at the same time in real time. So they work on that. At the same time, John's being tasked because he's been told by an analyst that works directly for the CEO that she needs some information to get to the CEO to make some pretty critical capital decisions for the business. And so John's now being pulled. You can see John also needs to map over to Juan here, who handles the CRM, to be able to say, okay, let's figure out how do we map these fields so that we can do things like, follow up with customers when orders are shipped, upsell client opportunities, get information directly from the ERP that shows when product's going to ship, those types of things. So as you can see, John right here in this particular example, that's the admin for the ERP, starts getting overwhelmed. At the same time, you've got other things going on here. You've got Juan here who's going to work with someone up here, Roger, that's going to be pulling in information from the web to put it in the CRM to follow up. They're going to be building landing pages. All this stuff is going on at the same time. We're now marketing, our business through for growth through the website for people to come apply for jobs and things of that nature. And all these things just continue to add up. And what it ends up looking like in an organization that's not making good data-driven decisions is something like this. There's bottlenecks around John here. John decides, hey, I need 2 more people, so they throw people at it. They end up having, John and 2 other admins that can now admin the ERP. You have the same thing happening over here in the WMS. You have the same thing in CRM. And oh, by the way, this is a very simple organization the way it's set up right now. Most of these will have 8 or 10 core systems, and we're showing really 3 systems and 2 other sources. And so if you think about this, what ends up happening is this turns into a spider web of people waiting on each other and hiring additional people to do these things. Now I'm going to need 2 or 3 people here, 2 or 3 people here, 2 or 3 people here. Before you know it, you got all these people that are admin people, and there's a better solution in place. And so what we've been doing is helping organizations go in and implement a single source of truth in a data automation hub, where now all the data resides, all the roles and permissions are set up, and anyone can get access to this data at any point in time just based upon their roles and permissions. So this means that when the data analyst needs to pull the data for the CEO, if it's not already in real-time dashboards for the CEO, they can go pull it in a matter of minutes, and that data is available to them in the data automation hub. It also means that when the CRM admin, in this case Juan, let's use Juan from the previous example, needs some fields of data from the ERP, they're here. He can go here. He can get those directly from here. He doesn't need to consume John or wait for John to hire 2 more people, anything of that nature. So basically what this is doing is this is saying if you don't have a data automation hub today, it's really difficult to make good data-driven decisions, and that's where we come in to help. So if you need help in this area, reach out to us. We'd love to help you and get you on track with making good data-driven decisions in real time with the information that you need to stay competitive in your market.